Yeah, so we're live and live. I press that play timer there. So now we know for well when that timer counts down, we'll be on an hour. So I'll introduce myself. See one the good fella on all social media platforms. Go on, Jordan.
I'm JPowell1990 on Instagram. On Snapchat, it's J_MartinPowell2020.
Man. I'm Sammy Timmers. I'm on Instagram, Sammy_Timmers, Sammy Shadowband Timmers.
See it there?
Designs by Timmers, and Think Properly.
Bam.
My name's Eliza, and on Instagram it's Minelli.kiss. I don't really have any other social media.
I'm not social media. Any reason for that? Trying to stay ghosting from all these people.
Everybody wants to be my friend,
You get me? Yeah, I literally put see one the good fella on everything, so it just makes it so much easier because my memory's shit. Probably from my days of smoking ganja, I can't really fuck all. So see one the good fella across everything. That's it. You get me? So like I'm gonna go straight into topics because I'm sure people will be asking questions in a second when they jump on. So I'm gonna go straight into it. So the first one is, bam, racism. Is it more of a profound against mixed race people? I'm gonna start straight with Sammy, our host, because I know you requested this one for a reason. Why did you request it, Sammy?
Because when I started looking into the BLM thing, I found out who started it, who founded it, who funds it, where the money goes to, where the donations go to, and then started putting it up on my story, and then I had
That George Soros.
Yeah. Mm. It all went downhill from there. You're white. You can't speak about this. What right have you got? You don't face no racism. You're white. Blah, 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 blah. So that's ignorance of.
That's basically them saying you might as well be a racist then, when that's what we're supposed to be fighting against. That don't make sense.
But even if I was a white person, why shouldn't a white person
be able to
defend Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
But then when it was the whole finding out who funded it and all of that, and I'm telling the black people, I don't like using the word black, that's why I'm doing this.
Inverted commas.
Before you lot start.
The brown.
Exactly. I mean, I don't even like to use a colour, but that's another topic. But anyway, so when I started putting on my story and all that, I'm experiencing racism. That's how I felt, to be honest with you.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't tell someone because they're not that way. It's like if you're gay or a lesbian and a straight person's defending someone. But you can't. It doesn't mean that I can't defend a gay man because I'm not gay.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's
just racism is very touchy.
So I might even drop a strong statement and say I think to some degree mixed race people might go through more racism than black or just white.
Well, I've had a lot of racism in my life. I talked about this in a previous podcast. So my family, like my dad's Jamaican, my mum's part Bengali, part English, and my sister's got different dads to me. So they're like, my sister looks more like your colour. And growing up, she was like, yo, you little black bastard, rubble it. Yo. Peak, fam. Yo, sister, man. She's last time she talked about it, she was vexed still when I mentioned it.
Really?
But
and you've just gone and dropped it again.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck still. That's how it is.
Well,
do you know what it was? I chased her upstairs. She was lucky she had a fucking bedroom door there because I was chasing her. I tried to stab her up, I'm not even gonna joke. Mama peep back in them days. Like obviously now as you grow up, you realise violence is not the way. Violence is not the way forward. So it's just, you got to use your intellect and your conscience, innit? Your intelligence. Jordan, have you ever had any racism before?
But yeah, it's like obviously my family is like we're all like mixed race and stuff, and like I'm quarter Jamaican as well. You know what I mean? I've never really had so much racism towards me because I look white anyway. But like,
see, I never would have known that, but that's the ignorance I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and you don't even mean to be ignorant.
Yeah, you don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just you're not a racist person.
Yeah.
I know you, innit? And you're not a racist person, but you didn't even mean to be ignorant.
Yeah.
It's something that sometimes you can't help, innit?
Yeah.
But some people are like, they don't even mean to say, you know, like the older generation, I'm talking like our grandmas and granddads.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you meet them on the street and they'll say things like, half caste and stuff like that, and they don't mean to be offensive.
Yeah,
that's just their day. That's just how it was.
Like some people get offended by saying I'm half caste or you're coloured. Like some people get offended just the way people say things. The person might not mean it offensive, but just the way it's being said might come across offensive to somebody else. So I don't know.
People are stuck in their ways though, and that half caste thing. Exactly, they don't really bother me because I know it comes from a lot of traditional views.
Yeah.
But if someone's saying it with a certain tonality, and I know
if someone's you know when someone's meaning to be horrible, and someone's just genuinely doesn't really know how to address a person. Like I've had people say to me, "Oh, half caste," and then they're like, "Oh, am I allowed to say that?" Or call me black, and then ask me if they're allowed to say that. Or I don't really get offended by racism, to be honest. It's something that kind of just brushes off my back. My mum's white, my dad's black. I've got 18 brothers and sisters, and we're all of different colour scales. I've got I have a brother from my mum.
Of course.
Before my other, he's a white man, and then I've got my sisters. We're all different shades.
That's exact same as me though.
Like this. I ain't met no one white like this, and I've never met no one black like this.
Well, I'd like to know where's the line,
and that's what it is.
What makes you black? That's what I want to know. When I've got these people coming at me like, "You're white, you're this. What makes you black?" These times now, hella people ain't been back home. But I've been back home nearly every single year. Do you know what I mean?
Where's back home though? For the people that don't know where back home is, where's back home?
North Africa.
North Africa.
Algeria.
What?
Yeah.
All different shades.
Yeah.
I'm ignorant, man. I'm from all different kinds.
I'm watching this video on Facebook, and there was this, I don't know what show it was, but there was this white guy. He must have been like a racist or something. And basically this black woman had done like these tests, and they'd like look back into like ancestry of his family, and they found out that it were like part black anyway. And he was like trying to argue with it. And it's like, look, it's in your genes.
He didn't want...
Yeah, it's in your genes anyway, mate. I mean, so you're sitting there being racist, but you're part black yourself. You know what I mean? Your family tree is, you know what I mean, is black as well. You know what I mean? So it's like,
do you remember that video that went round a bit ago? It had me so mad. It was this guy from Doncaster, and I think it was a ginger guy, and his girlfriend was in the back
on the TV.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
He's a big dickhead though.
Yeah, well, I was trying to say.
Even his girlfriend was getting sick of it, like, shut up, Ben.
Yeah. To be honest,
nah, man. She took piss. She took piss. She was like, Johnny, get over Johnny. Stop it, fam, Johnny. And then she was like, Johnny.
Johnny. You can tell.
Not
bad. Yeah, she didn't mind it.
If
you actually didn't like it, you're shutting that down. That video's not going nowhere, and no one would have seen it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that guy got some serious repercussions, or
he lost his
I think even Duncan Bannatyne. I think Duncan Bannatyne actually acknowledged it and got involved and tweeted it.
Who's that?
It's the guy from Dragon's Den. He's one of the multi-millionaire investors up in Dragon's Den.
Oh, wow.
He actually acknowledged that he was racist and got rid of his position.
Do you know what I think it is with that guy? He's sick of getting bullied, called ginger cunt and that like school, you know what I mean? So,
that's what about gingerist, didn't you?
Yeah, gingerist and that, you know what I mean? He's probably sick of people being gingerist.
It's a real thing that, you know, fam. A real thing, gingerish, you know, fam.
Gingerish?
No, ginger-ish. Gingerism.
I can't say no anyway in my beard because ginger.
What's gingerish?
I can't know that word.
Fam, gingerism's a real thing.
It's when you get bullied for being ginger, innit?
Yo, listen.
But I didn't think it was.
I'm exposing all my family now. You're all degenerates, fam. One of my sisters, Anna, I love her to death, but she used to take piss. She said, "Oh my god, not him, not the ginger." I said, "Yo, she's used to kill it." You know what I'm trying to? Fam, she knows.
But yeah, that video that went round at first, my initial reaction was fuming. I was just like, "Get his address, find this guy." I was just like, "Post this, everyone, share it. We're gonna find this guy. He's gonna get dragged the fuck out of." And then, do you know what? I watched this other guy talking on it, and he made a really good point, and then it totally changed my opinion. Yeah, like if we've got racist people, we don't want to scare them into not speaking up about how they really feel. I think like it's important for them to show themselves and reveal who they are.
Not really though, because like in England, we've made it so PC now. You can't miss a blackboard, fam.
No, I know, but the only way, you know,
and
like how
black sheep thing, that's no longer.
Yeah, but you know how all these words, like we're saying it don't bother us because we know, but there's hella people out there that don't know, and it's like the only way we're gonna make a difference or change that ignorance is if we speak to them and respect them and show them, well, like you've been racist towards me, but How about if I told you, like, I don't know, back in my country, Belgium, which is white people, invaded my country, and that's why we got white people there. Or I don't know.
That's
like,
my point to racism in the UK.
Yeah.
Every other country is different for me, but at the end of the day, you man went into someone's country and brought them here, and now you're telling everyone that they need to leave. You brought us in. We don't want to be here.
Well,
None of us wanted to be here. You brought our people here, and that's why I'm here today.
Well,
I'd be in Jamaica or Africa.
Most white people literally think they just came from here, though. They don't see that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they don't
they've got
know
other
that.
things in them. It's like our Queen's German.
No, but it says here, look, this is another thing, bringing on to that nature versus nurture then, in relation to, we talked about this earlier before, pre-podcast, and someone was like, what's that mean? I was just like, it basically means, are people born racist? Is it genetically, are you born that way?
Kids don't know.
Or is it instilled inside of you?
When they're first born, kids don't know.
I think it's taught. How can it not be? Because you see kids like my best friend, well, my goddaughter, she's a white child, her mum's white, all her parents, she's got no black people in the family. The only person that she sees black is me, her mum's best friend, and my son. They love each other. There's not, because a mum doesn't teach her to think any other way. So it's not just in them because they're white.
No, but
they're taught that from home, innit? It's something
not necessarily from home though, because we could talk about
institutional
when they go to school,
racism. It might be different.
No, but even TV. You've even got music. So, like, for example, I've got a big thing about music, So they portray black people in certain ways, like rap, drill, blah, blah, blah. But one of my favourite musics back in the day, fam, and I'm sure my age right now, it's like Motown and soul and shit. Marvin Gaye and them singing, let's get it on. You get me?
Music, that is music. The music that comes out today, all that drill stuff, what even is that? You man are going in jail because you wanted to make a little bit of money and get a name from saying you were whipping the pot and what? You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You're a twat.
Says it all sounds the same.
It don't make sense. And the beat, even the beat in the background, it's like this happening in the background. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, I'm someone because these are the things I'm doing, and everyone knows. No, you're going to jail, love. And your friends are going too. So what are you doing? It don't make no sense.
We've got some comments here. Sammy's got a lot of love. Sarah J and Mango. Hi,
Sammy. I love you, Sarah.
Good evening, everyone. And Muscan 808 says, Sammy love. No one's born racist. It's environment 100%.
Yeah.
It's not that people's views can be changed as well. Because I was watching this theatre. We're on. I think there's a full documentary about it, or a video, and about basically this black guy, and he went and met with one of like the leaders of the Ku Klux Klan. And basically, it continued to have these meetings.
Say that word again.
Ku Klux Klan.
I was trying to think the line. I didn't know that. Ku Klux Klan. Listen. Let me just say, as a Londoner, I'm fucking love it. I love it. Ku Klux Klan. If you come to London and say that, we'll probably get shook, innit? Ku Klux, I'm from the Ku Klux Klan. Wow. We say Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan. No, it's because it came on last week and we've got a little individual like Joe fam.
Yeah.
It's
Buddhism.
Voodooism. It's Buddhism, innit?
It's Buddhism.
My mess is Voodooism.
Buddhism.
Let's not get into that one. It's might be horrible too.
No, but anyway, before I was rudely interrupted. So basically, this guy was meeting with this.
Yourself, to be fair. That one.
Trust me, that.
Basically, we're meeting with the leader of the Ku Klux Klan.
Why did you say it again? Because now we're going to do it again. We're going to do it for a minute.
But basically, this guy who was the leader, he ended up by the end of it, of all these meetings, he basically rallied basically all of them and just basically said, I've got more respect for this black man than any of you guys here. And he basically just dethroned himself from the leader and just said, you know what? I mean?
I think I've seen that still.
Yeah.
Is it the black guy, a police officer or something? And then he friends him up and then... Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Invite him to a meeting, but like, obviously, that guy who was the leader, he didn't even know that this guy was going to be black, because did you know the way he talked, he didn't come across as if he would have been of any ethnicity.
Yeah.
So basically, they ended up meeting, like he had kind of like his security and stuff, and it's like, he basically were talking about the actual initial meeting, but the guy ended up finishing the meeting, they continued having meetings, and the next minute he ended up dethroning himself as being the leader and just said, I've got more respect for that black man than any of you guys here.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's just... Black is power, man. I recognise man's got a big shillong in it. It says, it says, do you think the true feminists are out there a lesbian. I've just switched up the blood clot thing because this is a thing. This is a woman who asked this, by the way, before we actually start saying men start taking piss. Do you think the only true feminists out there are lesbian? No, I don't. I think women out there can defend women's rights, and I think it's a thing that should be done. You don't have to be blood clot your own sexuality just to defend the thing. What's your thoughts on that?
I think equal rights. I mean, it takes, as the saying goes, it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a baby, a male and a female to make a baby. So it's like anybody saying, "Oh, that I've got more rights than them," or "I've got more power than them." I just think it's just stupid.
Yeah, I think and anyone can stand up for anyone's rights, so you don't have to be of a certain sexuality to do that. I think equality or inequality is kind of evident and prevalent. You don't have to be of a certain sexuality to stand against it. What's your thoughts on that, Sam?
I think everyone's got the free will to live the way they want to live anyway. That's why these Church of Satan man get away with having a Church of Satan and doing what they're doing. But they just choose to push more narratives than others.
Yeah,
I believe. If it no disrespect to any gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever, everything under that bracket, I just think that it's aimed to like break up a nuclear family. Like, we're living in a world where it's so hard to
How
keep...
common is a nuclear family though these days?
Exactly.
It's not.
It's so hard
Broken
to keep
homes.
a nuclear family today. And I just think that some of the narratives are winning over others, which, I mean, as human beings, we naturally imitate other human beings, so we go by what's trending and
no, but that goes by that nature.
Yeah.
That goes by that nature, but it's nurture then.
I think it's a mixture, because when it comes to like, if we're going to talk about like a metaphysical level where like you're talking about the cells are affected, yeah, you got your food that's infected with like hormones, yeah, then you got your water that's infected with hormones, then you got your music, so all of that is like entering your cell.
Being indoctrinated everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got to fight your own thoughts. Like, even if you want to kill someone, that's still a thought that you've conjured up from your environment, and you've got to, you know, sort of process that in your head and think, am I going to act on this or am I going to act on that or whatever. But going back to metaphysical stuff, like, you've got products that go through your skin. You know, they're hitting all five senses. They're going through your skin, your eyesight, your hearing, your food.
So when you say all these products, what's your outline? What are you saying these products are doing to people then? In what sense? What's it doing?
Indoctrinating us through all the five senses. Okay. Music, acting, entertainment, products.
So I'm going to switch it up on that same note. Do you think the only... No, that's the wrong one. Transgenders in sport, and what's the panel's view? And the reason I've touched on that is my brethren put this on Facebook. If you can see in the corner, this is a person who was a man, a man. He associates more of a woman, so he's had all the things done. He's got the boobies, he's got the blood clot fake pum and thing there.
Which one? The one on the left? He said blood clot fake pum.
Yeah.
The one on the left?
I've got no filter, me fam. This guy here, look, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he's had 2 MMA fights, and 2 women's faces broke them up differently.
This is what's confusing me. You saying
I don't think you should be able to fight against women.
I think transgender people within sport, I think everyone should be able to...
They should have their own division.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't be allowed to be...
That man is a man.
No,
yeah, so exactly. Bottom line, no matter what way you look at it, it's still a man.
Is physically, not all the time, but most of the time, just naturally stronger than a woman, innit? So how can a man, okay, if you want to be a woman, be a woman. I have nothing against all of that, because like,
me too.
I'm bisexual myself, isn't it? So just throw that out there.
But you're gonna get like 10,000 people on your ting now, bro. You're gonna get about 10,000 people on your ting now, bro.
If you want to be that, then you want to be that, innit? I don't have nothing against. I'm not like whatever about that. That's cool, but I don't think when it comes to sport, I don't think a man. You're a man naturally, so you identify as a woman. Now I'm cool with that. But your physical strength is more than mine, so I'm not fighting you in a ring. I'm in a ring with you.
Yeah, but one person
actually should be fighting man.
One person actually
or
said
have,
that
like
thing.
you said, have your own section.
No, I think transgender people should have their own division. If they're like women men that's now become a woman, then you fight over like-minded individuals.
Over men.
We've got that same advantage. Yeah, I've got that same advantage.
Or
if I have a man.
That sounds like I'm like discriminating in that, but that's not even discrimination. discrimination. That's just, I just think that's a normal thought process that everyone should have. Like,
Keisha says, doing a wicked job, guys. I hope you like the food. So on that note, I'm gonna get the food. Well, y'all guys carry on talking.
But yeah, I don't know, innit? I just, yeah, that's not that man. You said that the man brought up girls' faces and that. That you shouldn't be allowed to do that anymore. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Fair enough. That's the career that you want to have. That's cool. I'm cool with all of that, but you can't be looking up girls. You're a man. You're actually a man. Yeah. Whether it's a fight, it's a sport, a fighting sport. Bottom line, you're still a man. So it is wrong. I'm not getting in the ring with a man.
Yo,
to fight. If I wouldn't be getting in the ring with you or you as men. So why would I be getting in the ring with a man that's naturally a man? Just because it's got titties now. Sorry, just because it's got titties now.
I'm already confused because you're calling her she, you're calling.
That's what I'm saying. You don't even know what's going on. Yeah. You don't even know what it is.
He says, "Here, guy, I think it's totally wrong. Still, has the strength of a man." That's from Muscan 808. Thank you for the comment. I'm just gonna go to the next topic while I get the food. Lack of positive male influence in young males' lives. I'll let y'all guys kick this one off.
Lack of what?
Positive males.
Ooh, male influence.
I have a lot to say about that one.
Oh, she's off now. That's it.
Yeah, I told you. Once I get started, I'm off. But yeah, no, I think it's natural now. Like we said earlier, how common the nuclear family. That's just is
like
what
fashion
it
these
is. We
days.
now live in a world where it's normal for kids to grow up without a dad. It's sad, but that's just how it's become. Because it's been allowed for so long. Like, I come from the generation of fatherless kids. That's what they call us, isn't it? Kids that were born in my day, when men was running around doing what they were having. I've got brothers and sisters probably that I don't even know about all now. You know what I mean? The ones that we know about, the 16 of them. Like, who's running around doing what you do? They're not all from the same mom. They're from different moms and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, my dad, like, he didn't deal with his kids the way he should have dealt with his kids. He didn't check for us all the time. I think that a man's supposed to look after the kids, innit?
I think that's a big problem with society. That's a big problem with
look after your youth. You know the consequence. When you lay down, me as a woman, and I lay down with a man, and I'm not on contraception, I'm not using something. You know when you're doing it, the consequences of what happens. It's natural. That's what we're here for, procreation. It's a thing that we know. No one's stupid. Like, we know that that's what it is, isn't it? So you know the consequences. So what you do after that is down to you, and you should be looking after your kid. You chose to lay down with that woman and impregnate that woman. So do you know what I mean? And then there's men that will say, "Yeah, but I'm not with that girl, and I didn't want a kid with that particular." That's legal. When you put your private parts in her private parts,
you know exactly what's going to happen.
You knew what you was doing. So for me, you can't say that. You had to say, if she was good enough for you to lay down with, then she should have been good enough for you to father a child with. That's my opinion, because you can't lay down with me and then tell me I can't have your kid. You lay down with me though. But I'm not good enough to have your kid. Do you know what I mean? And if there is women out there that man feel like, don't lay down with her then. That don't make sense.
What are you saying, Jordan? Do you think there's like a male role models in people's lives?
I think that's what it is. I think that's probably one of the main problems with like youth violence these days. You know what I mean? They've not got like maybe a role model that can like discipline them and just like tell them, teach them the right ways. Not for them at the same time, they might have got a male role model, but they might be just as kids themselves. You know, they've not grown up yet. So I don't know. It's just a mixture of different things, really.
Thank you.
Yo, just let everybody know we've got food from Chaos Kitchen.
Chaos Kitchen.
Chaos Kitchen.
Yeah, I help myself to the things, man. There's wings and everything on there. I can't really. I know she's done it like meals, so just breaks it off.
Bring your chair a bit closer.
Yeah, fam. I'm gonna put him on some food on his plate, fam. Give me a plate.
Yeah, do you know what? I think that's the whole agenda as well, though. You know, like contraception, abortion.
Well, that's another thing. I'm gonna move to the topic, yeah. But abortions, yes or no? Let's move to that topic. I'll put the header on in a minute. Abortion, yes or no?
In my personal opinion, I don't think it should be done.
I know, but it's also, I believe it's all subjective based on the situation.
I think it depends on the situation.
It depends how it happened. If a woman gets...
She gets raped out, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
You don't know Freddy Krueger, baby. You get me?
If a woman...
That's how Freddy Krueger got built born, man. His mum got violated by like 99 men.
To do that, innit?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Especially if it's a situation where Like, it's horrible to say, but I'm a real person within the real world.
I think that's probably the
some
only...
Some daughters grow up and the dads or uncles are molesting them and they get pregnant.
Yeah.
You can't tell me I have to have that kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but for me, that's all different. I get like, you know when you're running around, girls my age, I'm 25, running around partying, living the life, getting pregnant every weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong. But I think it should be about the situation. You know, if you go to a hospital, and you have an abortion 3 times in a month, in the space of like 6 months.
That's got blood clot and busting up regular.
Like 6 months or whatever. I feel like at that point, the doctors should be allowed to be like,
hold on a minute.
What's going on here?
You're taking living here.
Get some contraception. There's other things that you can do.
You know exactly what you're doing when you're laying down.
It's like 7 the food you're talking about.
There should be
big up Chaos Kitchen, big up Chaos Kitchen.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a certain limit to everything. That's with everything, but I feel like there should be a certain limit with that. You can't be getting pregnant every 2 seconds and dashing baby away. But, do you know what I mean? It's wrong. Have contraception.
Well,
do it that way, innit?
Do you know what? I was looking into the whole like contraception thing and abortion and like where that come from. Because do you know, like when you find out about one organisation, then you get into the habit of like looking into all of them. So like abortion and contraception started off so that people were more drawn away from what they should do to stop reproducing. Like say for example, if you wanted to have sex based off of having a kid, obviously you go all the way, yeah. But if you just wanted to do that out of pleasure, that we're actually supposed to like hold our breath and do these breathing exercises. Like there's this fluid, yeah, that comes from your brain, yeah, and it comes from the pineal gland. No, not DMT. It's called the Christ fluid, yeah, which ironically is in the Bible, and it goes down the spine, and then if you breathe at the right time, it comes back up and then goes back up to the brain.
Okay.
And then this is where like it's called the Christ fluid, and this is where like pictures of Jesus have got, you know, the golden thing.
The halo.
Yeah, the golden halo behind them. So that's what it represents, and somewhere in the body where it travels, there's a Santa Claus in there as well. So that's just a bit. Anyway, moving on to that, yeah, the whole reason why I brought that up is because they tried to take us away from that, and this is where pornography come in as well. So if you did all of these kind of things, you'd have abortion, you'd have the option of like contraception, which has got hormones, which ain't good for anyone, really and truly. Even you know, contraception.
I went on the contraception. I had the wire thing that you get for about 6 months. And I was a totally different person. I'm kind of angry.
Should I tell you what's a bad contraception, bro? Do you know when get off that coil in the pump?
Yeah,
do you know when man's got big tail in? No man's got big tail in. Oh, cutting up the things. Yo, listen. I swear down, fam. I swear down. Yeah, this girl had the coil in here. So forgive all the picking you were watching. You shouldn't be listening to about man with big tail. But yeah,
you have to switch it on. Not made for kids, innit?
It's not made for kids anyway.
Turn from a podcast.
It's not made for kids. But guess what? Fam, this girl had the coil. I don't know if the doctor put extra long things into spine, man. Fam,
how did the doctor know?
I don't know.
How big your thing was?
I don't really know, but yo, took living, fam. Took the living. All I know was cutting up my things. I didn't want to start grinding this girl anymore.
Oh my god.
I'm literally. I had to tell girls. You gotta find an alternate
contraception. Some people lose that.
Imagine having this conversation
and the doctors don't even have a look at it or nothing. It just gets
taste it. Big up Chaos Kitchen.
Big up
Chaos Diner on Facebook. I've just put it up in the top corner.
You know when I'm enjoying food because I go quiet.
Yeah, you're quiet.
And he never shuts up. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Change it up, keep it moving.
With chickens, by the way.
Chicken sick. I'm in love with the dumplings and the mashed potato. I'm gross, me. I just mix everything up.
That one was a bit weird.
No messing.
Yeah, because then obviously after the abortions, what do you think they do with the abortions? And both of that crap is related to Bill Gates.
They go into your
what do you mean Bill Gates? How's Bill Gates going to this?
What do you mean?
That's what happens.
How's Bill Gates going to
do you know what they do with aborted babies?
Yeah.
They put them in your...
of course I know.
What's immunisations? Every jab that you have, whether it's the flu jab, the jabs that they give your baby when it's first born has aborted baby.
So it's cannibal
particles in it.
So it's got cannibal. So your baby's part cannibal. It's got about part baby.
No, baby, don't just be putting
I'm
on
just
my
saying.
baby. What's
got white baby in it?
The vaccine.
The
is
vaccines
it?
that they put in your baby.
Yeah.
Even the one that they're making now. Do you know how you can legally decline the corona? I know, totally different. Do you know how you can legally decline the corona vaccination? You ask them 2 questions.
So you got an allergy.
You ask them if it's got the thing, if it's got aborted fetuses in it. You are then allowed with any vaccination. You are then allowed. They'll say yeah, because all of them do. Yeah,
like
your doctor has taken a Hippocratic oath, and they have to tell you the truth.
Yo, them
So
shrimp
once
are
he
bad.
says yeah, you say
Yeah, bad on shrimp.
I'm not having it. You ask him. There's another chemical. I forgot what it is. But there's another thing that you say after. Has it got that in it? They'll say yeah, all of them have. And that's when you can legally decline any vaccination because it's our bodies. We have human rights at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And part of our human rights is we're in control of what goes into our bodies. We're not because, like you said earlier, our water and our food is contaminated with a load of bullshit. But when it comes to things like that, you know, a lot of people don't know that you can decline.
I got this thing. I don't know. I'm not going to expose the guy's name, but he sent me this blood clot, and it's not. I'm not going to get vulgar too now. Basically, we're like McDonald's. And McDonald's, the pharmaceutical company that provides the flavouring for McDonald's, because McDonald's is not
pharmaceutical company.
Yeah.
Why is McDonald's using any pharmaceuticals?
Because it's the flavouring. You believe you're tasting burger, but it's not. It's like an aftershave or a
It's
fragrance, and it's basically they found contaminated human meat in McDonald's. So when your kids having that blood clot Happy Meal, they're like, people eating arms and shit.
I've been saying that for like 10 years and no one believes
Yeah,
me.
it's not.
I'm not gonna
lie, I eat McDonald's, but I know it's one of them foods that I'm a big
When you have a Happy Meal.
conspiracy head in it.
When you have an
So
Happy
like,
Meal,
I know that I'm not supposed to eat it. There's shit in it that's dumbing me down every day, but I do. I'm
How
not a
deep
big
can I
eater
go
of it.
on this conversation? Really?
I'm
That's what I'm saying. I
That's
know
why
it's
that's why we-
conspiracy
On
as well
this
from before.
podcast, we talk about.
go ahead, man. Do your thing, cos.
You see the McDonald's thing, yeah? Alright. Obviously, it's difficult for us to think as paedophiles because we are not paedophiles, yeah? But in order to understand what we're dealing with, yeah, you've got to get inside that mind, yeah? These people are like running most of the world, yeah, real shit. And if that's the case, yeah, these people have got underground places where they're dealing, like, you see, like you're saying all this stuff about abortions and what they do with it and that. They can't just be emailing that with UPS and...
What's this? Hillary Clinton got caught with some bad emails about this
Yeah.
Pizzagate thing or something.
Yeah. That's all linked into it. All of it is all linked into it like a spider web. But like, these people can't be delivering things through UPS and they can't be doing what they're doing to the kids. Like, for example, where we are now. Do you get what I'm
the kids that
saying?
they just found under the White House?
I'm
The White House where the president lives.
I'm saying...
And there's bare dead kids and kids being abused underneath the White House, and you're telling me that's got nothing to do with the president.
Exactly. So you can't exactly.
That's
They're not just burying them
That
in
makes
cemeteries
sense.
because they would get away. They wouldn't
They
get
wouldn't
away
get
with
away with what
it.
they're
Yeah.
doing,
And on top of that, yeah, you see these buildings like McDonald's and Pizza Express, Pizza Hut is another one. They're all built on these things called ley lines. Yeah. You've got these lines that are like across the earth, yeah, that soak in the earth's energy. And where these lines cross, so like here, where these lines cross is where they build like McDonald's and Pizza Express and slaughterhouses where they kill the animals yeah. So obviously there's obviously like a correlation between where these places are being built and what the intentions are of that building, if you know what I'm saying. Like, if you've got a bunch of kids' bodies that you don't know what to do with, what you're going to do, you're going to grind it up and put it in meat and make us eat it. Because not only that, in the Talmud, which you can check out for yourself, in the Talmud, which is like the Zionists' version of the Torah, you know, like the Torah, the Bible, the Quran, this is their version, yeah? It's called the Talmud. To you and me and us lot, we're all considered Gentiles to these people. That means they can steal from us, rape us, abuse us. They can do whatever they want to do with us. These people are the people that own McDonald's, Pizza Express, and that shit. So
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yo. Allegedly. I don't want to get like 100 and quarter and shit.
Allegedly.
First of all, all that stuff I said about McDonald's, if you run on McDonald's, I'm sorry, clown. It was alleged accusation.
I told you.
Accusation.
I know, of course.
You lot,
Are you
Taking
taking
a piss out of this guy. Like, I was going to get on some comments because while we've been talking, yeah, people have been just bashing out these
We got
comments.
Chaos Kitchen.
Chaos Kitchen, man. This is some tasty food. them prawns are tasty, man. So I'm gonna just talk about some comments while everyone's enjoying the food. Yeah, so y'all guys eat for a second. So last man standing. Big up C1. Big up you, man. Thank you for joining in. Subscribe, hit the notification button if you like us thing. Cause I think it's good enough. We're smashing it right now. If you don't, then just get off my thing, bruv. Yo, Muskan, I think it's totally wrong still. The strength of man. And I think that's probably going out to the transgender thing. Because we're a bit behind on these comments. Yeah, so forgive me. We've been having a good old time. Keisha Williams, doing a wicked job, guys. Hope you enjoyed the food.
It's lovely.
Food smashing it, man. Chaos Kitchen. I've left the thing on the corner. Go join the Facebook page. And when I remove this comment, you'll see the tick on the bottom of the screen. There, that's the telephone number. Give him a call. Order some food tomorrow. Yeah.
Proper this as well.
Respect for Arctic Shark for tuning in.
Salmon, chicken wings.
And last man standing says about the transgender thing. That's just the legal way to beat gal.
Yeah.
Bear laugh emojis.
What's the legal way to beat girl?
Just dress up as a woman and change your things. Going in there, just
basically, yeah.
And then Arctic Sharks agree with that, innit? Respect for that. And then Bushman or Mr. Benjamin Christopher, irrespective of how your things may get switched up, metaphysical, you still a male or female. You cannot hide from God. So, yo, that's facts. That's facts, man. That's facts. And why? There's too many things. Every last man standing says every time we grind, we can't have a kid. 100%. More time we grind to bust a nut. There you go. So that's probably talking about the abortion thing. Like I said, I'm way behind. I'm gonna make sure I keep up to comments. Big up T, Tobias Thompson. Big up the gang. Yes, big up T.
Is that bad?
And apparently your brethren Sarah says is it what's in the water is aspartame.
Aspartame.
Is it aspartame?
Yeah, some people call it aspartame, asflamake, artisan.
There's all different ones, isn't there? Because they have to change it every so often because certain things become illegal. That's what's in whatever they do. So they have to, like the legal has it, they do. And they have to change it. They do the same thing with the products.
Or they just switch up the names even. Yeah.
Apparently all like beauty products and stuff is made with like shit like that.
Whale's blood and stuff like that.
I was watching this you know that show that Ellen, I think was
Ellen DeGenerate.
Yeah.
In Ellen DeGenerate part of Hillary Clinton's tag gang.
She's also one of the Rothschild's grandchildren.
Is she?
Yeah, she is.
They're all linked.
They're all linked up, trust me. They're all linked up between like the Rothschilds and like the big the 1%.
Allegedly. Y'all two were on a missing list.
Yeah, innit? No one will be able to hear from us tomorrow.
Benjamin Christopher says, no, your son's up the last one. What do we teach one another about rape? And then
that's nice.
What may become of it? It's awful, it's nasty. What if the person becomes pregnant? Is the child a blessing or a curse?
Exactly,
like I said, Freddy Krueger, his mum got, like, I think, it's only a fictional character, but this is her story. She got raised in a nunnery, and like, bare prisoners, I think 100 prisoners raped her. And that's how Freddy Krueger was born. From all the semen, all these fucking crazy rapists.
Oh my God.
Would you want that baby?
I wouldn't want to
obviously you wouldn't.
Raped by one crazy person.
Imagine 100 man and jump on you. You get what I mean? So obviously you don't want it.
In Dubai where it's illegal.
I don't know, because like with the whole rape thing, I feel like because I know like some people actually do choose to have the baby when they're raped or whatever, and I get that. But in most cases, because I read a lot in it, I read a lot of like the dark web and underground documentary stuff, and I like that kind of stuff. More time, they're not all about just rape and whatever, but more time, the ones I've come across where it's been about rape and babies getting involved and stuff like that, like the woman goes, Matt, I'll be looking at, for me personally, I'd be looking at my kid and I'd resent my kid every day because that's going to remind me of that painful time I went through in my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
True talk.
Like, and as much as you're always going to be reminded because it's in your head whether you had the baby or not, it's like the baby just makes it dead stamp. And what if that baby comes out and it looks like the rapist?
Is Freddie Krueger that guy with the red jacket, black hat and long nails?
Yeah.
What's he famous for again?
Yeah. I've just stopped having
nightmares about that. Nightmare on Elm Street, innit?
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Everyone that knows me knows I don't watch too much films, to be honest.
I watch a lot of film. that's my hobby. I don't really watch normal terrestrial TV. I'd rather be on the other side of the glass than the person who's watching it all the time. But film, a lot of people know when they watch films with me, they get frustrated because I quote that. A lot of black comedy films, I quote that shit even before it comes out. No, listen to shut up. Give you spoil the film before it even comes on. You get what I'm saying? Shit. But that's the thing, innit? Let's move on to the next one, bro. Look.
It's one thing about that abortion thing in Dubai, it's illegal. So if you try and have
countries
it's illegal, so you get a jail sentence,
Yeah, most of them, they are illegal.
So if they got raped or whatever, you know what I mean? It's illegal to get rid of it.
It says here, self-identity, male or female. So, how would you approach that?
Would you elaborate on that question?
Yeah, let's move on from that one.
I think probably what he's saying is when a woman...
She said that question. I can tell you it was a woman.
Oh,
yeah.
Would it?
Yeah,
so I think what she's saying, if a woman's a woman and then they change to a man, they're still a woman. Or what people views on that. If it's a man that changes to a woman,
I don't think I'd be able
it's still a man.
Well, if they work out the passports and do the vaccine thing, I don't know
me personally, I wouldn't
know
no more. Because my head's set a certain way in it, and I do get what she's saying, and some of them do get over it and get past that, but me personally, I couldn't in it.
That was just a little bit on Keisha shit, basically true. But as a mother, we should be able to get past that, as in what the person looks like.
Yeah.
But if that brings up the trauma, it's like PTSD, innit?
I think she means within anything. Like, it isn't even just the baby. The baby might look dead stamp like you, but it's just that baby's a constant reminder of you wake up with that baby. And say you have baby blues after you have that baby as well. So you've already got depression because you've just had a baby and you're not feeling yourself. And obviously the baby father's not around because you got raped. So you're bringing up this baby on your own. You're going to resent your baby. I'm not getting up. I'm going to want to lay down in my bed. That's just who I am. I know myself very well. I'm a person that's very in touch with myself. I know me a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, if I've got baby blues and I didn't want this baby anyway and I've been in that situation and I've been raped or, do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna, with the baby screaming and I've got I'm saying I'm not just naturally anyway, I mean the rape situation and the baby blues and everything mixed in, I'm gonna lay in my bed. I'm probably gonna turn to hard drugs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's how it goes.
That's why a lot of people
people's minds can't take certain things.
No, it's true talk, man.
I wouldn't turn to hard drugs, that's not what I'm saying, but that's how it could go for some people.
I do know someone that's had a baby in their life that was through rape, yeah? And don't get me wrong, they've both been through a lot. And do you know, it's mad, yeah, because like karma's crazy because that father ended up actually dying, yeah? But what I wanted to say, obviously it's tough for a mum, but you know, for the child, if it does end up being born and grown up, who knows, that child could end up being a genius or
no. That's true.
There's always a positive out of every negative situation.
No, it's every dark cloud is a silver lining. But obviously that rape thing is a very subjective, personal thing. You get what I'm trying to say? You know what I mean?
You have to know yourself to know.
And you have to be confident in yourself to want to go ahead.
With that, I'm not saying like what I've just explained. I'm not saying that's how I deal with it. If it was me and I got raped and I got pregnant, there would be no baby for baby blues to happen. Simple, because I'm not having that baby.
Yeah, I don't think I could have that baby.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But on the other scale, if a woman, not me, went and did it, and that's how it goes. Some people don't have a baby knowing they're having a baby and want to have a baby and get baby blues and end up topping themselves. Yeah. So, do you know what I'm saying?
Let's switch up the topic and make it more light. Because I feel like I'm getting dark here. I feel like it's not well. Yo, women in parallel parking.
Oh, I don't drive, so.
You drive, Sammy? Do you drive?
You're the wrong two for that one.
Do you drive, Jordan? No. So I'm missing that one out then. Bam. Yeah. So I'm missing out. I'm not gonna be the only person who's gonna talk about it. Yeah. It says here, Benjamin Christopher. I'll move on. You have the power to overcome anything yourself. We've yet to explore we've yet to explore your true self if you choose to give up.
True.
So
everyone's entitled to their opinion in it. I'm not arguing with anyone about that. But
I'm just everyone's gonna have alternative.
I know me. I know myself in it. I did a lot of work studying myself. I'm a very spiritual person in it. I know myself, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it, and I know I couldn't. So
it's just like the same thing as like that kid one day. He's gonna like see other kids with their dad, and he's gonna say, "Well, where's my dad?" He's gonna ask
even for me, I had a baby. I had a baby. And that's a question that my son comes home today and still asks me. Yeah. And he sees his dad. His dad lives in London, but he still sees his dad occasionally.
Come round here,
My son was born out of love, but it's still a question that my son comes home and asks me.
1 second. Just gonna get this guy on camera for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Just let everyone know about the food. What do you think about the food?
With proper things.
Yeah.
Proper things, yeah.
Right. This is Jaden. How old are you, Jaden?
What?
How old are you?
What?
8.
You're 8. What did you eat there? Can you remember what food you had?
Pastas.
Pasta. Let me get out of his way. What else? Go be camera shy, bro. Get in there. Get in there. yeah. Pasta. What else you have?
Chicken and whatever.
Chicken. Chicken. You have dumpling and thing there. Yeah, you got food all over his face, so I know you enjoy it.
Yeah, that's it.
Go on, you can go up camera.
So I know you enjoy it.
So even the little man enjoy Chaos Kitchen. So if your kids talk about they don't like Chaos Kitchens, they're talking rubbish, bro.
Where is Chaos Kitchen?
Chaos Kitchen is on North Church Street in town, just off of West Bar, and you can see at the top corner there. We've left the emoji in the
Is
telephone.
West Bar where everyone goes out? That road.
West Bar.
Or is
It's
that
usually where
West
people
Street?
end up after going out. They get locked
West
up.
Street. I know. When I tell you, listen. Do you know how you saw me before? I'm still the same hermit today. No. I've moved.
So I'm gonna go to this one, Sammy. You said you wanted to discuss this next subject, the maturity of men and women today in regards to the soul and how it's affecting society, good or bad. Can you remember that question or that topic?
Yeah, but I got a horse mouth in it. I need a drink. Please.
What drink you want?
Anything fizzy.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, can I have the same thing that I had? I'll pay for it. I want, yeah.
I think that a lot of people are raised without knowing. Like, I didn't know nothing about energy. I didn't know nothing about vibration. I didn't know nothing about.
Do you know what? I was a lucky person because
Was you?
my mum's very like that. She's very
Is
spiritual
it?
anyway, so I grew up
Knowing
like
about
that.
stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
if you remember, when I knew at college, I was looking into like Islam and
Yeah.
a lot of like
Thank
them
you.
conferences
No, I
and
don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
So I've always been fascinated with stuff like that. Like, why is there so
For
many
me,
different religions?
I'm not really a religious person because I dealt spirituality from young, but for me, Islam's the one that I looked to because I looked a lot at religion growing up because I was curious.
Yeah.
And for me, Islam was the one that I looked at and thought that's the most like, obviously except from Buddhism, but Buddhism is that way anyway. Do you know what I mean? So like, other than Buddhism, for me, Islam was the one that I looked into and thought, yeah, their morals and values largely are it's very spiritual. It's a very spiritual like religion. It's not a lot of things that's in the Quran. It's good stuff. It's not. Do you know what I mean? It's the truth that they're talking, and there's a lot of enlightenment and what you should do and things like that. But energy and vibration. It's sad when people don't know about that because the world literally works on energy and vibration. We are all of us.
Ocean, emotion, isn't it?
Energy, vibration, sound, talking, feelings, even feelings. It's a vibration that you get.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Love is not a feeling; it's a vibration that you have for somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you meet someone in it, they spark your energy and they're good people. And, like when I met my man, random Sunday night, I was hanging from the night before I had my birthday party. I'm sat in the kitchen with 3 people I don't know and my best friend. I'm a mad awkward person and I'm mad shy and I don't chat. It was like I'd known them for forever. The energies were just beautiful. We ended up cooking mackerel and dumpling at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, the energy was beautiful. Everyone's energy was just so nice. And then on the other hand, you meet people sometimes and you're like, you don't want to talk to them. Do you know what I mean?
You just know you just pick up that energy from them.
You get a vibe, you get a feeling about
I think if people don't know about the soul and they don't know the ego, if they don't know the difference between the two and how to maintain or look after the two, it's going to be a problem in like friendship, relationship, business-ship, everything.
I'll get it.
Just in the kitchen still. Just getting just open up.
But yeah, in regards to like maturity with relationships and stuff, I can't deal with a man that don't know them kind of basics, you know, like with vibration, energy, or.
I mean, I think it comes from a lot of experience and wisdom. Some people are naturally born like golden child of an Eddie Murphy film. Naturally born like, but it's taught in it. You're not naturally born like about energies. It's something you're passed on from.
Yeah.
either your environment or people around you. And if you're fortunate enough to like, even like if you go to church, if you go to mosque, if you like practice yoga or meditation, you can pick up on that, but it's a practice. You've got to learn it.
You have to learn it.
Even gaining knowledge and doing it at home.
You have to learn, otherwise you're not going to do it properly. If you just read about meditating one day, someone just told you about it and you went and meditated, it's not working.
Yeah.
There are things, spiritual, you have to read about it. You can't just jump into it. There's things that you have to do in order to be able to achieve what you need to achieve. So some people just go into it and throw themselves into it and not actually know what they're doing. And then they're not benefiting. You have to read, you have to teach yourself, you have to learn, meditate. I grew up spiritual, innit? Like with my mom and how she is. But even me, I had to read. I read for about a year about meditation before.
You got crystal on there, innit? Mm-hmm. That's a crystal.
Selenite.
That's selenite. Is that for your crown? Is that for your crown or your heart?
Protection and basically just purpose, just well-being, innit? It's just a good stone to keep good energy, good positive balance.
Do you believe in them crystal things, Sam? Can see if you
can't talk.
Shit.
No, I do, yeah, because
it's not just about the crystal though.
No, it's not.
It's about the energy that you put into
it's also
the crystal.
It's about the
it's the mind, soul, body connection.
The
that
same
you
way
have
a
with
plant has got an effect on
Do
you,
know what I mean?
and the energy that it carries is the same way as stone. Like even if it was dull, even if it weren't pretty like that one, if it's dull and that, everything's got its aura about it.
Character.
And I think because light reflects off of it and it gives it its colours, they've all got their different things, what they do.
Like I've got some ugly ones, but they do good things. Do you know what I mean? Like when I buy my crystal chair, you have to cleanse them in salt water because in a shop everyone's touched them. That's what everyone's energy in it, whether it be good, bad. So you take them out.
Well, that's another thing. That's about everyone's energy in it. Do you think if like, if you have sex with someone?
He's not gone.
Alright.
He is propping up. He is propping up what I'm saying.
Yeah. So if you have like sexual relations with
Talking
someone,
about soul connections.
do you carry that energy of that person with you? Because
Yes.
you touched on this the other day, innit?
Everybody you
I
have sex
reckon
with.
everyone you sleep with, you carry that.
Even the
energy
first
for your life.
person that you slept with, from that you whatever they're going through.
Because this one girl,
It's downloads, isn't it? It's downloads. That's what it is.
Listen.
It's downloads. I'm telling you.
Listen. This one girl.
It's a plugging in it.
I brought
Plugging in.
Listen, I brought this girl Virginia back in there.
That's what it is, isn't it? For real though.
Back when I was a pig, man.
When you plug your phone charger into that plug socket, you get an energy
Well,
from
it is.
it.
That's the same thing I was talking about.
It's the
That
same
man
thing.
Chaya, when he's talking about energy and he's saying like to ejaculate, you're supposed to not ejaculate and then build it up and then store energy in your
You're talking about tantric sex.
That's what I was on
about.
about. Yeah, that's Kama Sutra. That's what I was on about with the halo.
Sounds so freaky thing that.
No, it's
But
real
no,
shit. Like, you've got to know about your
connection's
body.
a thing, innit? Like you should, like that's why you shouldn't sleep around, innit? Not just on a sled thing. Let's not get into that. But you shouldn't sleep around for your own personal well-being. If you're sleeping with 10 different people, all their energy, whether it's good energy,
You're carrying that
bad
crap
energy,
around.
What if there's 10 prime Buddhas and they're all like Buddhist monks? You're like,
Well,
10 them motherfuckers.
Yeah, but then you're carrying that energy, innit? You're going to carry the energy of 10 Buddhas.
Yeah, good energy though.
Basically. Yeah, but you're
No,
carrying
I'd go to the
energy
monks.
as well.
I'd go to Thailand and go to the monks and do what he said. That's the only place I'm doing that because they've got good energy running through their
What if
veins.
you had a small one?
I won't be going back.
Oh my god, y'all gotta kill it. So size really doesn't matter then?
No, no. See how you zoom in?
Well, that's what y'all do.
Do you know what?
Why? There's no guys at school that are taking notes.
For some people, no. For me, yeah, it does. But I'm a very sexual person, innit?
Let's get off that then, because I feel like it's just going down the wrong road. Man, I'm just full. I'm coming off this one.
You asked the question.
I know, but I didn't like where we're gonna go.
Where
Like,
Well, it can either be too big or too small.
Yeah.
You can even not know what
Yeah,
to do with
sometimes
it.
it's too. Yeah, for real.
Do you know what I'm
Size
saying?
does- I'm not saying that it needs to be massive. But
Yeah.
size doesn't matter because
I had a
sometimes.
blender at home
Sometimes
the other
it's
day.
too small
It was
to
big
do
and
anything.
everything,
and
but I didn't know
Sometimes
what
it's too
to do
big to do
with
anything. For real. Sometimes it hurts, you know. Like the man them feel cool because they've got a big thing. No, it's not cool, bro. It's actually not because that's too much.
No, I think it's the ones with the small ones that have got the big dick energy.
Yeah, for real.
The ones that have got the big ones don't talk.
Yeah, but then with the sex, they talk with the sex. They do mad stuff. I feel like they do mad stuff. Zooming thing.
The zooming thing, you have to talk to
I feel like they do mad stuff. Like
what?
When they get you,
the
big dick ones, they don't talk about. But when they get you in the bedroom, they feel like the man. Like whereas the small ones, I feel like they'll talk the talk, but when they get to the bedroom, the man quiet because they know their thing's little.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This is awkward. There have been a man, yeah.
A man.
So you might be watching.
I don't give a crap, yeah. I'm not dropping names because I'm not like that, yeah. But there's been a man that's had a big one and didn't know what to do.
With it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I heard that. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And then
I've had
been a
some
small
terrible
one
sexual encounters, like, where you know
So,
that's not happening again. That was dead.
me.
That was dead. It's not coming back. Stop calling my phone. Like,
You know,
that was dead. No. Can't.
I had to zoom in because I'm just getting too much joke off these guys. They're killing me, they're killing me. And I've got a comment that says, last man's picking up Chaos Kitchen, get the address and the telephone number. Respect last man standing. And last man standing says, man said save the sperm, you know. I think that's Jordan.
I'm praying.
Alright, I'm going to change it up. It says, man cannot babysit their own kids.
You're not babysitting.
Man cannot babysit their own kids.
Simple.
Explanation marks. Whoever put this comment is vexing telling that person, stop talk about babysitting your own picnic.
You're not babysitting.
It's true though. It's not
Yeah,
babysitting. They're your kids.
Yeah.
It's your kid. Man or woman, whoever it's your kid. It's not babysitting. When I take my son home from wherever he's been, whether it be his godmum's or his dad's or his grandma, whoever, like it's my kid. I'm picking up my kid. I'm not babysitting. It's my kid.
Yeah,
so how can his father tell me about baby? You're not babysitting.
I think that's
you're you.
I think that's
I don't need to ask you to
workless,
leave the house. If we live in the house together, yeah, and we've got kids, I should tell you if I'm nipping to the shop. I'm not asking if I can go shop and leave the kids. They're your kids too. 50-50, bro.
Yeah, it's true talk.
Do you know what I mean? I'll tell you I'm leaving the house, but
unless you
I'm
pay
not
like
asking
proper
you.
attention, you don't realise how much they are like you. So it's like, why would you be pissed off with having to spend time with somebody who's just like you? You know what I mean? It's like
I think that's a certain mindset of a man.
Yeah.
That's a certain
of a boy.
Not of a boy.
Yeah.
Not every man's like that. I'm not like that. Every man's not like that. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy.
I think that's a quite easy one to answer. We'll just move on from that. Let's just move on to this comment. Sarah Jane Mango. It ain't the size of it. It's what you do with it. It counts. It ain't the motion in the ocean. It ain't the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
It's not the size of the hammer. It's the nail you're throwing at it.
Muskins put. So do you?
What about vice versa?
Okay.
We've got to switch it up a bit, innit? Like, girls, you ain't safe out there. Don't try it. They thought they just passed that one, innit?
Yeah, listen. This is nothing worse than the gal. Listen.
Go, you find out her things is.
Listen. One time I went this girl back in the day. Yeah, it's like I tried putting my things in a ting, fam. We're like throwing a tic tac in the alleyway. That's all I'm saying. Ting will bag it up, fam.
Tic tac in the alleyway.
Shit with baggy. I almost fell in there. I thought she was an avatar, fam. I would have placed that girl there. Made me feel like I had an insecurity complex for about 2 months until I realised about 3-4 months. I said, yo,
so it does matter for a guy.
Pum's massive, fam. You feel like go, yo.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm not gonna lie, because I deal with girls as well, innit, and I've never come across that.
No, but hear what. Say she's like one of them home girl, and she goes to Ann Summer's party, and she says, yo, I'm gonna get one of that XL Supreme King Kong Mandingo size dildo, what's like 12.5 inch, 5 inch girth, and she's getting it one every night. And 5.5 inch girth, around,
Yeah, but
not long.
5.5 inches. How big's 5.5 inches though?
Around. I'm talking about around, not long.
Yeah, thickness.
Thickness.
Yeah, but.
What? That's a dick.
I don't think that's going anywhere though.
No,
that's not going nowhere.
No, I said a 12 inch long and a 5 inch girth.
Is that much girth? Where is that going?
Listen, you don't watch porn, man.
No, but that would that Sorry, that'd break me in half. I'm tiny, bro.
No, but you what?
I don't even mean down there. No, sorry, like. But yeah, like I'm not like my body's tiny. He's talking about that's.
Listen
that's
to
the tiny girl he's talking about.
That's 3 inches.
Alright, I might be slightly
That's not
exaggerating.
going- yeah, you
but,
must be,
but
but
what I'm trying to say is just say she does this every single night, and then all of a sudden she pulls this random guy. He comes home and he's not the most blessed man in the world. He's got a bad boy little rotation and 2 gyrations. He's got this little gyration thing, but his things about this big. Things about this on solid. It's about this big. On solid. On semi, it's like this. Little bell end. It's just a bell end. It's the bell end with pubes. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it happens, fam. Listen, it's like just got a giant clit. That's all he's got. And he's trying to do your thing. He's trying to do his thing.
Have you seen the women that's got the clit dip thing?
What's that?
Like the clit looks like a tiny penis. Sorry. Have you ever seen? I've never come across that in it. Have you not ever come across that in real life?
Wizard sleeve.
I don't know what it's called, innit? Well, that's nuts.
Man,
It's 2021, innit? It's 2021.
Wow, you've got a penis and a vagina.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. to me.
Anything's possible.
it says here, men are men incapable of multitasking. Boy,
No.
I can watch Netflix all the time. That's multitasking.
I know
You
what he
can't
was
do
really
both.
thinking then.
You're not watching Netflix anymore when the grinding starts.
Of course
Don't
you are,
worry.
man. You just laid there watching the thing. She's
Where's your
doing
TV on, Stephen?
work. No, she's just on my bed. She's like, I'm just. She just gyrating her hips and doing the thing, cause multitasking.
No, attempt that girl.
Yeah,
will
mum
come
for
back.
the Netflix.
Whoever you meet like that, they'll come back.
All right then.
They can't have.
Listen.
No attention. You're not paying her no attention. You're watching Netflix. She's trying to kiss and. Do you know what I mean?
Alright,
Trying to show your love and you're watching Netflix. Peeking. You go round the
This is
breast
my
to
favourite
watch
part.
the TV and that. Like,
It's true, it's true. Alright, I've done a bit of a wrong example, but a man can multitask.
Faking it. You're faking it.
No, men can't really fake it, can they? It's hard to us to take it. We're busting not, you're busting not.
No, obviously, I was just taking the mic.
No, girl fake it. Well, that's another thing. How often do girls fake it, fam? I know it's getting it's a bit sexual. Yo, this little man needs earphones, fam.
He's proper interested like, yeah.
I'm a movie, little man's here, so let's change it up there. So social media,
Getting
TikTok,
carried away with yourself.
present panel views on social media with kids and them things there. So
some of them are good, some of them are not. In fact, I don't think any influencers are like
Social
necessarily
media.
good. Yeah, like the Kylie Jenners and there's girls.
not the social media people,
Going and-
but it's kids on social media.
You can't
Like
stop it from
TikTok and
happening,
all
no
that.
matter what. There's guidelines, but you can't stop it from happening. So we've got to do something
About it. Yourself as a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even not as a parent. Like I've had kids message my inbox before, like kids that have been pregnant or kids that are doing this or doing that, and you can at least as an adult just direct them the right way. Like I don't know, phone that number.
Yeah.
You're doing drugs, talk to Frank. Do you know what I mean? Like at least do that as a good person.
Do all parents do that though?
Parents probably, but I'm saying like online, if you come across a kid, you can't stop a kid.
I don't think enough
From
parents
having social
safeguard the
media.
children from the flaws of the internet, because I'm not being funny. Most 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, they've got phones. I did not have a phone until I was like 13, and it was a little flip phone thing.
I think
didn't know
now
about no
it's
internet.
just.
I didn't have no face. I didn't have nothing.
That's why you can tell you're young, fam. Because when I had a phone, my phone about the size of that microphone. Fam.
I'm crying.
It was about this fucking long. It didn't have a SIM card in it, had a credit card in that
With
bitch.
a long aerial sticking out of it like that.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a at Sony Ericsson's, and the thing was to customise your phone.
Still using it.
Yeah, just take it over there. Don't miss. Make sure it's sound.
Just chuck it on. If you chuck it on that table.
What do you call it? Yes, I had a Sony Ericsson. It's that flashy area. And it was like this big, and he wear it. At least it was like I said, I'm a.
Remember
Yeah, but I
Nokia
think-
3310s?
Yeah,
I
it
think
was massive.
Your
Blood.
kids shouldn't have phones. Your kids shouldn't have a phone.
Nah, man, all my picnics have got phones.
And if you
Even
have got a phone, like, you know, if your kids walk into school at them, say you only live down the road from the school, so at 9, you're letting your kid walk to school. If you need to get in contact with them, burn a phone. They don't need access to no internet that you can't control.
Why are you giving your kids? Why is your kids got?
Shut up.
Why is your kids got a
No,
shutting phone, fam?
No,
What do you mean a shutting phone? They went to line or what?
no, but you know what I mean. Just a phone call is all you need to do. Are you on your way home?
Yo, you got a better phone, yo. 2P2s and 2P2s.
You know what?
It's only bands. No, I understand what you're saying. A basic phone without no social
Yeah,
media.
I don't think children need phones and stuff. Sorry, what does a child need a phone for?
What
I
do I need?
think it's taken
What
away
do I
from
need a
being
phone
actual
for?
kids.
They
'cause
might,
like,
they might not need them, but you can't stop them from going out there and going on YouTube.
Like,
They
kids
might
don't
not
do
have a
things.
phone, but they'll go
Yeah,
to their
that's
friend's
cool,
phone
but
and have
I'm just
social
saying,
media.
as a parent or whoever's looking after a kid at home,
Yeah,
that's where it starts, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you're teaching your kids not to do certain things, that starts at home. Most people, the kids have got phones. They're not having no conversations at home about you with your children, and let them know that certain things are not okay. If someone adds them, you say, if it's someone that you know, like your aunties, your uncles, and you know it's them, accept it. But other than that, you come to me and I'll tell you whether you're accepting that person or not. Because at the end of the day,
could be anyone.
It's hard though.
And then Snapchat as well. It's so easy to add someone on Snapchat. You know, if you just get the thing, add them on Snapchat. I can be in the shop over there. Yeah, and if they do the right thing with the Snapchat thing, anyone can add my pin because they will all get my Snapchat.
You feel like it just bounces up or something.
Just adding, you can see exactly where
I'm
they
not
are
being
at that
funny.
time,
There's
and
kids,
obviously
there's
it's just-
kids
I think
being
that's
sent
weird with all the
pictures. There's
navigation
8-year-olds
stuff.
being sent pictures that are inappropriate by men that they don't know and being groomed on Snapchat
Well,
and
there's
Instagram.
even that filter,
Do you know what I mean?
that turns you into a
A
kid.
kid. That's nuts to me. There's a photo out
I've
there
got
at the minute
blocks
on
for
the
posting
internet,
that.
There's two pictures. One's of a man, the way he is like 40 years old, and the other picture is him with a filter on it that's made him look like a child, and he actually looks like a child. You can't tell the difference. He looks like a kid. So even people, like I said about, you need to have a conversation where your kids are asking if they're allowed to accept this certain person to a certain extent, because that person, like we just said, the kid thing, you can be a 40-year-old man pretending to be a kid, and even pictures and filters on Snapchat are allowing that to happen these days.
Yeah, it's a bit
sadistic,
that shit. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we're allowing it to happen as well. Like, the people that are putting them things out there, like the Snapchat photos and whatever, it's being, you're letting that happen.
Let's not get it twisted though. What about what? Let's get it twisted. Let's flip it the other way around. Do you know about this little 13 or 14 or 15-year-old man, a girl trying to link older man? They might get that off Benjamin Button filter, so they look old as shit, and they're linking old man. Do you get what I mean?
Filters and that as well, isn't it?
See, that's a totally different conversation to me, because you know, like some people like paedophilia.
Yeah.
It's a thing, innit?
Yeah, of course
but,
it is.
you know, at school, like, me, my friends, whatever, was having sex at like 16, some of my friends 15. And that's allowed. It's the legal age of sex.
Hey,
that's why I said 16. So
if my daughter's listening, you don't have 16, 45. Shit.
Fucking not allowed a boyfriend.
The 50, like, I had friends growing up in school that was having sex at like 14, 15, they might have been having sex with people that was like 17, 18. In our heads, numerically, it doesn't sound that bad, but it is bad, because at the end of the day, a big man, like you're an adult now, and you're still having sex with a kid that goes to school in a uniform. Do you know what I'm saying? And some people would say, no, it's fine because it's only 4 years.
That's a yard man thing though, that.
I wouldn't say it's fine, because on the flip side, you can't say that it's alright for a 21-year-old man to be having sex with a 15-year-old. It's only 3 years difference.
No, but cut this. I was at a party the other day, and my brethren Teal know about this story I'm about to say right now. So a lot of these Jamaican men walking around, they're like 67. It's like, yo, rude boy. Do you want to know how we stay young and fresh? you want to know the secret how we stay young and fresh? Guess how old me on. Go on, sit up, go. I was like, 52. I went, 67. Guess how old my girl is? I went, what, 45? He went, 25.
Oh my god.
I mean, me have twins. I was like, blood clot, you busting nothing, 25-year-old. That's what my brain thought straight away. You're 67 and you're grinding a girl who's 42 years younger than you.
See, that's nuts, isn't it?
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So obviously you're saying like 15 and 17 and there's a 3-year gap. In this man's mind, he's 67, grinding a 25-year-old.
I hear what you're
Do
saying.
you get what I mean? That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Crazy talk.
What in the mind was
still
still
having
like
sex
about a
with a
25-year-old? What would you have in common with a 25-year-old? Yeah.
And then half glass, half full. No, but that's what these old men are thinking about, isn't it?
It must be, yeah.
Quite obviously not mentally what you can think about.
I actually didn't think about it like that until
No, one thing I will say there, you just said about mentally, I think I'm very mature for my age. I'm 25 years old and my head's kind of old. So I might meet a man that's 50 and he might get me because I'm on the same level as him.
No, but you're not about 67-year-old man, bro. A 67-year-old man. What can you show?
I never said 67, I said 50.
I was telling someone the other day, I might fancy this guy. I just fancy him. Oh shit. Anyway, I fancy this guy there. Crying. He's called Sasha Stone, yeah, and I'm not joking. He is, yeah. Look, I'm not even gonna say his age yet, yeah. But basically, he looks young, yeah, and he's attractive because he knows about the soul and he knows about this.
So his wisdom's attractive.
That's what I'm saying.
His wisdom's attractive.
That's why all of that, his knowledge, his wisdom, everything. But he is 55, and I didn't know he was 55, yeah. So I'm looking up, and I'm like, okay, he's 55.
Would you do that? Would you go there?
How old
I still don't know.
That means you would then.
How old are you now?
32.
That means
I don't. Okay, yeah.
It's still a lot. It's still a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? But I have to say
like him.
No. It's not a man I know. It's just it's a real judge that I've watched on YouTube.
I thought.
Yeah. He's just one of them. You know, like everyone likes Idris Elba. I used to like him.
it's because me. That's like me can't like Judge Judy because she's got better experience and wisdom. So yeah, I'd give Judge Judy one.
Would you?
No, the fuck.
Would you have a go?
I'm not lying. He's just saying that he remembered he was on camera.
Judge Judy, though.
What it really means is.
So I'm gonna read some of these comments to catch up again. Gives a little time to contemplate what I've just said. So Roberts has said, I have bare kids, LOL, not babysitting, it's called being a parent.
Yeah.
Trust Clint knows, haha, Uncle C. Respect Bob, thank you for watching, fam. Muskan says, kids should not have social media. Monaz says, it's not healthy for kids to have access to unchecked social media.
Certain people
So you need to have And Kimberly says, yo, certain people can drain your energy. I agree with that, Kimberly. And Sarah J. Mango is laughing at that, and also is last man standing. Respect, guys. Thank you for being involved in the show. So yeah, I just think social media is a massive drain on kids' lives. My kids.
Well, kids are not kids anymore, are they? You know what I mean? All they do is just sit on an iPad or.
One of the biggest social medias that people seem to forget about, like for me, is computer. My son right now, probably watching this, and the only time it comes off in Xbox and unplugs himself out of Matrix is when he's watching my podcast. But other than that, it's straight back into Xbox, bam, and then it's like. That's social media, innit?
It's
still social media. It's still online.
I've tried to teach her and say, look, like there's people on social media are making a go of it and making money off of it or whatever. So my daughter's 13 now, so she's at the age where
that's the bracket though. For me, that's where the bracket starts in it. Yeah, you can have a phone now. You're a teenager. Again, I'm still going to check your phone. Until you're 16, I'm still checking your phone because I want to know what you're doing. Especially with a daughter. I've got a son, but especially with a daughter, I'd be very...
Why not son, man?
I'd be more protective. I'm not going to lie in it. It probably sounds bad as well, but I would be. Like, I'm protective of my son anyway. But I think I'd be more overprotective of my daughter than my boy.
I think you've got to have a balance, you know. You've got to have a balance because we can't take away social media, but you can teach them how to use it positively.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to say to my daughter, like, look, there's people getting sponsored by, I don't know, like they've got a cat and then all of a sudden they've got sponsors for cat food and, you know, you can with little kids, you can like teach them positive ways.
Yeah.
Rather than just totally like, because I've done that and
it goes the wrong way.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because the more that you tell them to, and it goes with anything, the more you tell kids to stop, and I'm sure we've all experienced it ourselves.
Yeah.
Me more recently than you lot, because you lot are getting now and now.
Oh my gosh.
The more my parents told me no, is the more I wanted to do what they're telling me not to do. I want to do it anyway, but when you're telling me I can't do it, I want to do it more. Do you know what I mean? So I get that.
Rebelling, innit? Because they're told not to do it, it makes them want to do it even more. So I think it's just thinking a more intelligent way to talk to them about it, and maybe make them understand why you're telling them not to do that.
Benji Christopher says 67 and 25 legal consenting people, 21 and 40-year-old is
different levels of maturity.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I know obviously it's rape
anyway.
That's
what I was saying. It's
More Nazia says what you don't know doesn't hurt. If parents lay the groundwork early, some proper boundaries, etc., this doesn't happen. All said and done, it comes from down to a good guidance early. I agree with that. Respect more. I'm going to go straight on to the next topic actually, keep it moving.
Did you want me to
elaborate on that?
Say respect more too?
No. Respect more. No, he's my boy. He's my boy, he's a good guy still. So marriage, is it relevant in today's society, and if so, why? Boom!
Well, I personally believe in marriage, yeah. But I think there's a lot of people that believe in marriage forgetting where it really comes from. Yeah. Forgetting where it comes from, like I've had a conversation with someone that believes in marriage and then forgot that. I don't know if they forgot, but basically, if you don't have a religion, you would not believe in marriage, surely. Because if you do believe in marriage, then that's being married in regards to the state, which means the state's going to make money off you if you get married, and they're going to make money off you should you get divorced. So if you're vegan and them kind of things there, then what's marriage to that person then? Do you get what I mean? Like, does a Buddhist get married?
Well, it's the same thing as one of them. It's like you don't need a sheet of paper to say that you love somebody.
You don't, but then, like, for example, like as a Muslim or some Christians and some Jewish people, there's like a thing called a dowry, like for women. So like, should you decide to get divorced for whatever reason, you've got that insurance that the wife has got the insurance
that the husband has to pay.
That she's going to be alright. She's going to have a home. She's going to have the house and be able to look after the kids or whatever. Yeah. But then I think it's more of like just a big gesture. Like, it's a big gesture. I don't need a piece of paper to say that I'm going to commit to someone. If I'm going to commit to someone, I'm doing it because I want to.
Yeah, but you're overlooking the real thing though, because like if I actually believe in the concept of marriage.
Yeah.
But for me,
have you been married?
Yeah. So So for me, So for me, I've been.
I did it first time.
Yeah. But a lot of people probably want to hear it. I'm kind of nervous.
Getting nervous.
Yeah, it's like I'm exposing a bit of my private life. I don't really like that on social media.
Are you still married?
Me? I'll leave that off after the podcast. Yeah, I'll leave that for after the podcast. So I'm not everyone on my social media or on my
TV after party.
Trust me. Yeah, so basically, I believe in marriage, but I think it's a vow before God. I don't do it for a piece of paper.
Exactly.
So what Jordan's talking about for me, it doesn't make it. So for me, I took my shahada about 11 years ago, and then I was with my partner, and we had like children, and I was looking at the rules of it, and it's like I was classified as fornication. And obviously, when you're practicing, fornication's like wrong anyway. So like I was like, I'm an avid believer in God. I believe God's super important. So when I was reading the scriptures, this specific moment in my life, it was important. Do you get what I mean?
What, to get married?
So for you, because you're religious, it's important to you because
because it's one of the rules.
You're bearing
it's one
witness.
Of the,
God's bearing witness.
God's bearing witness. Yeah. So like,
so I get that.
So I'm doing it for.
It's not really
so
for
doing it after that person.
But
I'm also doing it before God. So God like looks down on me and says like, away from like behind when the unseen, like when I'm away from her and I'm on my own, I take a vow. And it's bear witness before God. So that's what marriage is to a lot of people. It's not just about a piece of paper. But then I know loads of people who've been married who aren't religious at all. And they're atheists. But then they get married because it's like a commitment and then shows a sign of loyalty towards that person. So
Does it change a relationship though?
No. But I'm just saying, so it's like I've seen both sides of the story. But it's all subjective to a person.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So
being a responsible parent, if your child is on social media a majority of the day, set boundaries. I like that one.
Yeah, is that being a responsible
parent? It's just
parent?
a way to keep kids quiet sometimes. You know, I mean, they're doing your head a bit on school for.
Yeah, cool. Once a week you can get annoyed with your kids. People choose to have kids, you know. So for me, I pushed out my youth. So if I sat my kid in front of a TV every day and didn't want to deal with him or play with him or do nothing with him, that's wrong. I chose to have him, so you shouldn't have to sit down and watch TV all day because I don't want to deal with him. Deal with your kid, innit? We do all sorts. There's sand playing, there's play. I'm a big kid when I'm around my kid, innit? But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm a perfect parent and I do let him sit in front of the TV sometimes, but it's not something you should let your kids do all the time. It's not. It's indoctrination again.
They was in the garden all day. Like literally all day. I hadn't even done the garden.
Because that's all they do. They get just like adults. We're sucked in.
I was a bit like
we spend a lot of our time on social media, in our phones, on our laptops, watching the TV, and the kids.
Not until you've not got it that you realise
how much time. Yeah.
But I've got to be totally honest here. I didn't have the perfect upbringing. In fact, it was quite horrendous at times. I can remember like my mum like doing a thing and then leaving me in front of the TV, and that's probably where the fascination of film came from. So I felt like the cable guy. I was like, I know this fucking film. Like, cause I just watch it, then I watch it on repeat. Because I didn't have like internet. We didn't have like we didn't have DVD players. We had old school video players, and it's peak if you're watching porn because they're loud as shit. But yeah, I had old school video VHS player. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So we'd rent a video from Blockbuster Video Shop and watch it multiple times. But like my mum was out. There wasn't really that much to do. I'm in the house alone at 14. So what did I do? I watched a lot of TV, but I didn't really watch ITV. I'd watch film. 7 Looking Ninjas or something, or Freddy Krueger series. My mum was like, she was irresponsible, but she let me watch certain things. I'm glad she did, because I grew up with like a wacky sense of humour, and I was allowed to watch like Nightmare on Elm Street. She bought me Pulp Fiction at 14. You get me? There's a grown man getting raped in that shit. Pulp Fiction is peak still, but yeah.
Is that yellow and purple one?
As in
the cover of it.
No, it's red and yellow. It's Uma
Thurman.
Thurman. Uma Thurman under the bed with the fag.
Yeah.
It's the Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
But I'm a big avid watcher of film. But like I watched a lot of TV. But that's because my mum she must have felt slightly irresponsible and kind of put me in front of the TV. I love you, mum, by the way, if you're watching. Don't feel like I'm saying you're a bad parent and shit. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I was going to read some of these comments as well.
I was lucky if I could get away with South Park.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm like, my mum, it's just a cartoon, you don't know what he's talking about, don't worry. She's just like, no, it's got something.
Nah, my mum didn't give a shit. She had no filter. That's why I probably swear quite often. And a lot of my friends who watch this try to fix up my mouth, and it's not gonna happen. I've got a straight potty mouth at best of times.
Potty mouth.
Yeah. So Sean Thomas says marriage is very subjective these days. I don't class myself as religious, but I would marry in order to show my commitment to someone if that's what they say they want. Big up C, big up Sean, respect cuz. And Monaz is on it again. Marriage is a union under God. It means no more games. If you don't believe in God, that's your choice. And I can't speak for how they see you in the union. And Shardell Williams says, yeah, marriage does create a sense of commitment. So that's what I'm trying to say. For me, that's exactly why I did it. It was showing that person I was committed to them. And I was serious at that specific time. I know it was like a soul spiritual thing for me. I was on a soul journey where I kind of evolved my spiritual soul, and I felt like I'm not a boy anymore. I'm not playing no games. I've got 2 pick now. It's time to show my man.
It's got like a tinge to it as well, like, because if we was all like, let's say we was all in a party or something, and let's just say you fancied him, yeah, and he's got a ring on, yeah, and he's married, you're more than likely gonna be like, oh, do you know what? Like, I'm
not even more than likely, no.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
No,
that's
Nah,
what I
but
mean. No, I'm not saying it don't happen. Wait.
No, yeah, it does happen.
No.
It does
I'm
happen.
not saying it don't happen.
People do
But I'm
cheat and
saying-
whatever.
There's a lot of homewreckers out there. That's what I'm saying.
There
For
is,
me,
but when it's
personally,
boyfriend and
knowing it.
girlfriend, yeah, like, no disrespect to anyone in boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, but when it's boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like society as a whole, this is such a generalization, yeah? Society as a whole, don't take you guys seriously. Like, you're on and off. When you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you can do the on and off shit all the time. But when you're married, you can't do that. Like, you're forced to find a way of making it work, because once it's done, it's done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Shada Williams put, yeah, it's true. It's rare these days, but people get married. But being married creates a special bond.
Yeah.
I think some people get married these days, so it's like a fashion accessory.
I don't think I'd ever get married.
It's all done.
It's
No, but a lot
celebrities and stuff and that.
a lot of women get married and like,
Get married just for the sake of it.
my wedding's costing me like 25 bags,
Yeah, and they want
20
the
bags
nice
and blah, blah,
dress,
blah.
and they
But
want
when I
this.
got married, guess how much my wedding cost?
Never wanted
Less
to
than
get
2
married.
bills, bro.
I've never
You get what I'm
wanted
saying?
Really? On what?
Exactly, I think, oh my God, I was really still.
Really? I got married in my Wellington boots and pyjamas, you know?
Yeah, serious.
It's that mosque up the road.
Yeah, exactly. A quick thing. Because like I say, it's before God, innit? So it didn't really cost me that much. Big up Mo, because he was one of my witnesses as well, so big up Mo.
But
Yeah.
I don't think, I've always said that as well from, I know I'm still young now, but I've always said that from young, innit? I'm like, marriage, I don't think.
You don't think your marriage? You don't think it's your marriage material?
Let's not.
No, but come on. If you find the right person, you got
It's
unity
not
there.
even that. In fact, no, I don't think I am marriage material.
Don't.
Going into it, yeah.
Everyone's marriage
Going
material
into
is
it,
different, by the way.
Me, yeah, I'm the kind of person, yeah, that if I'm with somebody, it doesn't matter whether I'm married or just in a relationship, if I'm with, and you find that most men, I'm not saying all of them, yeah, I'm very independent, I'm a floater, I don't like commitment, I don't like to be tied down, yeah. So, if I'm with somebody, and I'm choosing to be with you, I don't want to have to come home from work and ring my man and ask him what he wants for dinner. I want to have what I want to have, and if I'm, and most men in relationships feel like they wear the trousers. So if I've come home and I want salmon and potato and whatever today, and he don't want that, and he's gonna start bitching about it, get out, because that's how I am. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like the washing. It's like the washing of clothes and things like that.
I agree with that one.
You've gone to work this morning, yeah, but because I'm at home with the kids or doing whatever I'm doing, and a woman, traditional values at home is for a woman, wash, cook, clean, whatever, and cool, I'm good with that. But all I'm saying is, if you left the house this morning knowing you was going out or going to a party, and then you come home, you left the house knowing that if you go wash white t-shirt was in the wash basket, and you come home, in your head you knew that what you was wearing to the party, and you come home and you're cussing me because I don't wash your t-shirt.
No, but that's the media.
No,
that's the media.
No, but more
that's
time
media.
I like that.
No,
obviously not. You lot are older, innit? How old are you?
30.
I'm 25, and I haven't been in a relationship since before I had my kid. I had my kid at 19, so I'm talking, yeah.
No, but you just chose the wrong person.
But
You
at the same
just chose the
time,
wrong man.
my son's dad's a big man. He's 35, 36, something like that.
We used to set in his ways.
So,
You can't count us all men with the same bush.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's all of them, innit? I'm just saying that the majority of men today think they stick with the traditional, a woman needs to cook, clean and do that. I don't mind it, you know. I don't mind washing. If I love you and I want to, but I'm washing your clothes.
No, but you shouldn't be subservient just because you've got set as a genital.
You know, if you ask me in the morning, oh babe, I'm going to a party tonight, can you wash that t-shirt for me? Cool. But you've said nothing. You knew in your head. And most men are like, they expect too much, is what I'm saying. I feel like they just expect it because you're the woman.
No,
they
but
expect they expect the clothes to be washed, clean and ironed.
But in a sense though, like the westernized society, yeah, this is what I'm trying to say. Do you know when you watch EastEnders and Emmerdale and them kind of things? Yeah, they kind of like portray that kind of lifestyle. So don't you think it gets indoctrinated 100%. In westernized people? Whereas it's not always like that. But I'm not like that. I mean, I choose, if someone's in a relationship with me, I want them to want to be with me. I don't need them to be with me. So some guys come to my house, yeah, and it's like, yo, Clinton, man, what are you doing? How come you washing your pots? How come you hoovering up? How come you cleaning? I was like, yo,
big man style.
Big man thing, fam. Big man thing,
I can work with that. I can work with a man. I don't mind. I even more don't mind cleaning if you're doing it with me too.
No, it takes a team.
Or I'm coming home.
It's equality.
Exactly.
It takes a team.
What I'm saying is most men that I've come across, or even my friends that are in relationships, or my sisters, that's what I've seen in it. I'm not saying it to diss anyone. I'm not dissing all men. I'm not even dissing the ones that do that. That's just not for me.
Yeah.
You know
I'm not gonna argue with you every day because you expected this. No, bro. You shouldn't expect anything of me. If I want to do it, because I want to do it, I want to do it. But
I think I would know that before I even got into a relationship with that person.
Yeah, but
it's a red flag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Red flag.
People change. Like they get comfortable. It's that comfortable. I've been with a man that was the nicest man I've ever been with. Yeah, one of the only relationships I've been in. Yeah, lovely. 6 months down the line,
honeymoon period done. Honeymoon period, lock off.
I'm flirting with his dad and things like that. His dad's like 70 and in a wheelchair. No, I weren't flirting with you. You are tapped. You're not well.
Do you know what it is? Do you know that same subject what you're saying with like men expect everything done for them? Do you know what it is? It's because their mum probably did everything for them. So that's what.
That's old terminology. You get mothered, isn't it?
My son's 5 and he's more grown up than certain. He washes. He runs his own bath. He takes his clothes off and put them in the washing machine. He makes his own bed. He even can make scrambled egg on toast. He's 5.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm alright with because I was just thinking his way of speaking about all this. What if you was married and the woman stayed at home for 30 years?
She's a homemaker.
She's a homemaker.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the man bought all the dough in, and then after 30 years they're gonna split up. Does she have a right to half those earnings, or does she not?
Oh, you're changing the subject.
She's been at home. At the end of the day, he's working, cool, but she's been at home making your life a beautiful life. You're going home to a beautiful house. Your dinner's cooked. She's raised your kids, so maybe not half of it, but she deserves. The man should be willing to pay for. I'm
going with this one. Eddie Murphy back in the day, delirious. I come into the relationship.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Listen. I come into the relationship with 120 million. Yeah. You come in with two bags to your name. I'm raking in all this money at the end of it. Hey! It's like, that's a different thing,
that's crazy. But what if you built a life over 30 years or 20 years?
From the ground up? then obviously she should be entitled to half. Because without her, then who says you'll be in that position?
Because she's done half of the work at home. She's done the half of your lifestyle that you're not doing. So then in that sense, what you were saying earlier, if a man approached me and said, do you know what, like, girl, I want you to stay at home. I want you to. I'd say no, because that's me. Just go and do whatever. I want to work. I wouldn't mind as long as I could work. I don't want to be a pet woman. No, I don't really mind, like, whatever works, basically. Whatever works, yeah, and as long as we both come out of it alright, I think, yeah.
I'm gonna read some.
I want to be doing my thing. I always want to be making my own money, so the man can't tell me that I can't do whatever in it.
You can still make your money.
Turn around to the girls, yeah, and I know I'm talking like my generation in it. A lot of men will turn around to the girls, like the girl is doing whatever she's doing, whether they live together or not. Because obviously I'm young in it, so whether I lived with them.
Always oldest don't understand it.
Like, I was 16, same relationship I was talking about earlier. 16, first time I'd ever been in a relationship, serious relationship. We lived together and everything. Young, I know, but do you know what I mean? And I was at home for them first 6 months, not doing anything, and he was bringing all the money in. So every time we went for dinner, he's paying. Every time I want something new, he's paying. But then we have an argument, it's getting thrown in my face. Don't do it then. Don't do it. That's not what I'm on. I wouldn't have got a job. I wouldn't have got a job. Because I don't mind.
But you learn from that.
I don't mind providing for myself, but it's not going to be... If I want to do something for somebody, it goes for anyone. My friend, I'm the most generous person you could ever meet. I do anything for everyone. I do believe there's and if I do something, I'm not throwing it in your face. I'm not... If I've done something and then we're having an argument 2 days later... I'm not going to tell you, but you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for... That's wrong as a person. I do that's think morally wrong as a person. I've come across it. In a relationship or out of a relationship. Don't throw it back in your face. I think the ones that do, again, they're boys. It probably is.
Let's read some comments. I feel like there's a lot of people comment on this. And I feel like
everyone's getting the pennies within.
Definitely. If you like this topic, by the way, and you like this, you better press the like button and subscribe, man. Big up. So Muscan 808, I agree, but married people still cheat. It's getting dark on us and shit.
Yeah, well, they don't change a relationship. Marriage don't change the outcome of a relationship. Yeah.
Keisha Williams put very truthful C1. Well to you, big up yourself, and thank you to all. Glad you all like the food. Yeah, big up Keisha.
Proper bad boy.
Thank you.
KR Kitchen. Get yourselves there.
Monas.
Get yourselves there.
I suppose it depends what marriage means to you. If you're just doing it to meet cultural norms,
do that pop-up thing, you know?
It may not mean much. Perhaps that's why some marriages don't last. Kimber Williams, let me in on this one.
She wants to do that pop-up thing where she comes on screen.
Yeah, she wants to do the pop-up thing.
Yeah.
1 second, I can make that work.
She asked me earlier, I didn't.
Yo, oh shit. It's this one. I think it's this interview thing here. I've copied that link. Is she on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'll do it in a second, Kim. So read the rest of these comments and I'll send you a link on Facebook. Yeah. Robert, I'll be honest. I wanted my marriage because I was the same person from being 15. I had 2 kids. I thought it was the right thing for us. Where she wanted to party and had her eye. I don't know what it says.
And
then bam bitch fucked up. I'll always respect Clinton. I'm not even reading that. That's a private one. Shit.
Bigging up your team.
Bigging up me, fam. Said Bushman Benji, don't give me this Morseman BS. You don't know Morsemen. If that's the case, who's teaching these mummy boys to behave like their mums? True talk. You said that. You said that.
Don't give me this Morseman.
Yes, let's have it right. Yes.
That was for me. I hear ya. All right, okay, let me change that.
Even say, look, give me hair. She's true. And despite this, even the West women are inclined towards nurturing and caring jobs. Nurses, for example. If a man's earning, there's nothing wrong with his wife taking care of his home and his kids. I agree. It's all dependent on the situation. If you've got a unity and a bond and understanding, it should definitely be. A lady should be able to stay at home, but I think if you're like your personality, you don't want that, so that's your personality.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying
that's how you are.
But there's no reason you can't be married and be independent as well. Like you are both have separate lives. You just come together. You know what I mean?
I don't know why in my head that I feel like that in it. I mean, it's like wanting to do whatever I want to do. If I want to get up and go out. I don't want to have to.
No, you should be able to do that within a relationship. You should, in a relationship, a man should never ever stop you from who you want to. You know, because end of the day, you're going to do it whether
he's allowing me to.
Yeah, exactly. And he's only going to stunt you anyway, so...
But then it's the argument and the, I don't want to hurt no one's feelings and, do you know what I mean? It gets into all
my
that
thing
stuff.
It's not for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
do you know what, I'm not going to lie. My friends tell me all the time, my family tell me all the time, I don't put myself out there. I'm not a person that wants to be in a relationship right now, and I know that, so I'm not someone that... I'm not looking for it, do you know what I mean? And I don't give anyone really a chance to even show me how...
You get a chance to woo you.
Do you know what I mean? So
make his magic in them thing there, or her magic.
Can I ask something else? Do you prefer the dick down or the lick down?
You know what? Are we doing honestly? Because I'm sure.
No.
Are we doing honest or do we want to come to life? Are we doing? Are the kids gone? Like,
man, I'm doing my head in. I need you to.
The second one.
Really?
The second one still. I like girls, innit? Honestly, on a big man thing.
But what is
girls
it?
On a big man thing, you know.
I want to know.
But on a big man. Alright, on a big
what
woman
is
thing.
it? What is it? It's not a sexual thing, or is it a man thing?
It's obviously, yeah. You know, like earlier I was saying about vibrations and energy. For me, that goes with sexual relationships as well, because if I meet somebody, man or woman, and I get a good energy in that vibe, I've got that vibe. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I'm a lesbian. I wouldn't say I'm straight. I wouldn't even say I'm bisexual. I said that earlier, but everybody up to the wider world, that's what they call it, innit? But I just like what I like whenever I like it. And it sounds a bit nuts, but it's not even. I think I enjoy sex more with girls because the girls that I have actually been with, it's been intimate. It's been a relationship kind of setting.
Do you think it's anything to do with any bad experiences you've had with men at all? Just
them liquor willies.
I wouldn't say it's a bad experience that I've had with men relationship wise, but like I said before, like my dad's got loads of kids and he's been very absent in it, so maybe that's subliminally. I'm not saying it is, but subliminally maybe
play the part. Play the part.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of
the fact you even mentioned it.
It's not like the guy pissed you off one time and you just thought, you know what, I'm done with you lot.
No, I slept with girls before I slept with men.
Okay.
Yeah. So it weren't even a choice thing. I didn't just like. People think when girls turn into lesbians that we're straight, they think, oh yeah, the man's just pissed them off, so they just. I slept with girls.
That's why I
slept with girls before I even touched a man.
Yeah.
So it's just like I said, it's about a vibe for me. If
so I'm going back to this then. Nature versus nurture then. Do you think you was born that way then? Do you get what I mean? Because it's all good. Come on.
I don't know. I must have been in it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That must have been something that I don't know. It was just never closed off for me. My mum was. I didn't grow up in a family that was prejudiced about gays, or do you know what I mean? So it was just.
And no one should be anyway.
Do you know what I mean? And then when I did meet a girl, the first girl that I slept with in the vibe, and we did what we was doing, it was just natural.
So it was just what I get from it. I think the way you're seeing it is it don't matter whether it's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
You're vibing.
Yeah. If I get a vibe, then I've got a vibe. If I'm attracted
is that why you don't like to label it?
Yeah, because it's not.
No, I get that. I get that.
I'm not about like. I like what I like when I like it. I'm not a lesbian because I don't just like girls. I'm not straight because I don't.
So if it happens to be a man, it'll be a man.
Yeah, and if it happens to be a woman, it'll be a woman. One thing I will say, while we're on the subject, is I'm growing up a son right now, and I wouldn't be in a woman open relationship where.
Why though?
What's
because I don't think like me living in my house with my youth and my woman. And my youth's in there calling the other woman mummy and that. He's got two and only because I just think as a kid he hasn't got the choice to he's gonna go to school and people are gonna be prejudiced and whatever against that, and do you know what I mean? And then on the flip side it's like I don't want him to grow up confused, I've got a dad over there but my mum's with a do you know what I mean? I don't want the stigma on it.
I don't think even if he did that I don't think they would anyway, because in schools they're bringing transgender people in schools now, so kids have got a overall understanding of society and how it works. It's very different these days. That's why I try to tell people before this came on, Get rid of your traditional views about how you think it should be, and have a totally open mind. Because we live in 2021.
Yeah.
People do not. There's Jedi
I'm
religion these
saying-
days.
Again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with people that do that, but for me,
It's your personal choice. Isn't it?
yeah, again,
I know two people who are lesbian who are raising a child, and I think they're both beautiful people.
yeah, nothing wrong
And
with it. Nothing wrong, it's just, again,
I just think that personally, there's certain. I've talked to my friends about it. Some of my friends are like bunda, blah blah blah, and they're stuck in the set ways. Do you get what I mean? But for me, I know both of the women really well, and they're like really nice people, and they're really successful at what they do. I'm not saying they've got loads of money, but what they choose to do, they're successful at it, and they're really nice people. So I think that kid will grow up righteous. Do you get what I mean? So.
Yeah, that.
Yo, what's this? Benjamin Christopher. It's a confused thing.
Wait.
You want puny, punny, or cocky?
I'm not talking anymore. I'm done, me. What's he say?
It's a confused thing. You want punny or cocky? No, I think like I say, it's not a confused thing at all.
It's just my preference.
Yeah, it's preference. There's nothing wrong with that. I think certain people are just stuck in certain traditional ways, and like I said, let's move it forward. Let's change the topic, fam. In fact, that's what everything done. And time's almost up. How long have we been talking now? An hour and 40 minutes, you know. Have you got anything?
Smash it, motto.
Have you got anything you'd like to say before we finish the thing tonight? Come on.
Kim said he can't even get a word in his show.
What you say?
I can't get away with it, man. I like the fact that y'all two ladies have been very strong in how you've been speaking tonight. I think you smashed it.
No, thanks.
Yeah, you're always welcome to come back on again as well. You're gonna come back on again?
Anytime.
Yeah, man. You're gonna come back on again, Sam?
Yeah, cool.
Back! That means it's been a success.
That's it.
Yeah, man. We're saying, Jordan, you got any topics you want to talk about? Because I know you've been trying to get Ed Reardon, but he's a strong woman, so you've been struggling. Come.
No, it's not anything in particular. It's just like one of them. You know, I'm a freestyler. Whatever topic's there at the time, I'll just talk about it. I mean, I'll voice my opinion on it. But I've not got anything right now that I'm saying, oh, let's talk about this. I think we've probably talked about quite a bit on the show, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm happy with the ways the show's gone. I think overall the topics have been kind of covered. Sammy, I'm gonna let you y'all two finish it.
I haven't got anything to conclude. It's good to see you again, though.
I know, you too.
She's on
Yeah.
top
Been
now,
nice.
isn't she?
And it's nice to meet you too, obviously.
Yeah, do you know what? I think these girls have smashed it, and I'm glad they've come on tonight. It's given me a better understanding of society in which we live in today. And one thing I've learned today is don't be judgmental. You got to be open in relation to marriage, non-marriage, in relation to preferences, and understand it's everyone's individual life, and it's not down to you. And everyone's entitled to their own choice and opinion. There it goes. That's it from me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. Finish it there. Respect.